hope to bring in a quantity of material.
Hello, welcome to Querying Science, Theology, Philosophy, and Spirituality, the LGBTQ Center for Science, Theology, Philosophy, and Spirituality. And today we are introducing a new segment, and this is one of my he is one of my favorite philosophers in the world. Sorry about that. In the world, that is Manly P. Hall. When I was doing my research on spirituality and religion and philosophy, I stumbled upon Manly P. Hall and very many other theosophists, and I ended up liking what he was saying because I was looking for somebody who could understand and who understood ancient religions. And because I was looking for something more than what I got in Christianity, more than what I saw in Islam, more than what I saw in atheism, I was not satisfied. And when I started listening to Manly P. Hall, and of course other people like Jordan Maxwell, and of course Helena, I didn't hear her, but I read her stuff, and I was very impressed because of their philosophical thought of life, and not just life, spirituality, metaphysics. And I was impressed because I learned a lot from them. And most of my new theological discourses and positions, and also philosophical positions, have come about from listening to these people. So what we're going to be doing, step by step, we'll be taking one video at a time of Manly P. Hall, and we're going to give him a tree. When you talk so well and when you do very well, QSTPS gives you a tree. So we have David Rubin's tree, because of course he doesn't talk much, but he brings very many people who really talk about very serious issues and really provoke your intellectual thought. And then we have also another tree we have is Carlton Pearson. Bishop Carlton Pearson, the greatest philosophers of our time, have his name in it. In the 21st century, yes, he's a great theologian and a philosopher, because he's the one who has led very many people, especially Pentecostals, who are very Bible-based people, to come out of the box. And he has come out of the box, and he has started a movement, the Come Monday movement. Very beautiful movement. I'm part of it. I love him. And he has spurred the beginning of the end of the hell theology, hell doctrine. So we gave Bishop Carlton Pearson a tree. Then we also gave City of Refuge, UCC, that is Bishop Yvette Flander, the lesbian bishop. We gave her tree because we are very honored to be connected to her through her ministry in Africa. We are happy with her for standing with the LGBT community, and especially the Black LGBT community, for all these years. And I like her for one thing. She used to be part of the Love Fellowship, the great Walter Hawkins group, the family that sang very many great songs, gospel songs. And that's where I was so shocked. I didn't know Bishop Yvette Flander was part of that. And I honor her because then she is also part of UCC, which is a very LGBTQ friendly denomination. And and I like them for their understanding and their theology. You know, UCC, the beauty of UCC is they accept all faiths. They accept them literally. They don't mind you having your faith and your expression and your belief in God. And that is what I like about UCC. And because most churches tend to be very exclusive, they only allow those who have one theology. Now, for UCC, they are not saying that their theology is the only one. They are saying that you come with your experience and tell us what you know about God. And that's what I support. That is how, because nobody has an exclusive ownership of God. It is a fact. God is in all of us. That is a very big revelation. He is in all of us. I know it's so hard to understand. It's a fact. He's in everything. Yes, it's very hard to understand that. Because, you see, the understanding of God is, I don't want to talk much. That's what you know. So anyway, we gave her a tree also and her church. And now we are giving Manly P Hall. So what we'll be doing is, we'll be listening to what he's saying, and then we come and discuss and stop a bit of it, and then we discuss about it. Okay, so let's listen to, this is called The Ancient of Days, and the, I've forgotten the name, I've forgotten the full name, The Ancient of Days, and I think the concept of God, something like that, the Godhead, yes, and the Godhead, thank you, I remembered. So he's talking about God, and I like his philosophy, so I want to stop by and pause. So this will be the video. We'll do it until the end when we get, so we'll be doing 10 minutes of every video, and we pick a point. So like this one, 10 divided by 100 minutes, that means we'll have 10 videos of this discussion, but we won't do it very fast. We're taking our time. Let's enjoy the world. All right.
Involving principles and points of doctrine that we have never before discussed. And as a beginning, I would like to lay certain foundations. In the first place, however, we must bear in mind that it is very easy in an obscure area to fall into opinion or to interpret somewhat more broadly than the facts justify, especially if we work from some basic conviction of our own. Therefore, I'm not going to dogmatize any of these points, merely to bring out, where possible, the historical facts and certain almost inevitable conclusions. Each person, however, should weigh these almost inevitable remarks.
So he's saying he's not going to dogmatize whatever he's going to say. This is a very important point. Religion is dogmatizing. It's a dogmatizing process. When you are religious, or when you are in a religion, you give people dogma. That this is the truth. This is what we believe. So you become dogmatic. That is it is my truth. But philosophers, the reason why we don't call philosophers theologians is they don't dogmatize what they have studied. They just analyze what they give their perspective of what they have read. So you see, he's mentioning historical facts. So he's gone through the historical facts and then has given his perspective. And he's trying to tell you, do not make a religion out of me. That's what he's saying. That's why we are just studying him, his point of views. Not that we believe, we say his gospel truth. It is truth. It is his truth. It is his interpretation and his understanding of truth. That's why you can't attack him. You know, when someone sees me and says, that guy is a man, he's a slim man, you know, that is his interpretation of me. Another person sees me and says, but this guy, he likes talking, he likes explaining things. You see, that's his truth, his interpretation. I am truth. You see, I am science. I am a God. I am truth. I am data. This is data. All of this you see. All of this you see, all that you hear coming from me, that is data. So you analyze and interpret that data. You analyze and interpret that truth. That's why you cannot call your interpretation truth. You see, you can't. Your interpretation is your truth. Yeah. Your interpretation is your truth. And it's, in fact, interpretation is subjective truth. That's why you have very many denominations. They are subjective. Yes. One church will say they believe in the Trinity. The other church will say they don't believe in the Trinity. That's what happened to the Branhamites. Branham was a healer who didn't believe in the Trinity, but he was still healing. Smith Wigglesworth was a Trinitarian and he was healing. So who was right? You see? So there are doctrines that are different and you don't have to stick to one. All right, let's continue. So even QSTPS, our job is not to dogmatize. We are encouraging unity of theologies. Yes, and for information, not all religions will unite with other religions. It's a fact. And what we're trying to tell people is that to understand, we are promoting, not even promoting, we are declaring there is unity. Yes, there is singularity. We are telling the world there is spiritual singularity and there is philosophical singularity. Now, singularity, but singularity with diversity. Yes, this is what I was telling people last time in the video. The power is one. Yes, the power of Satan is the power of God. Yes, because according to the Bible, Satan was an angel of God. And God did not strip him of his power. He left him with power. So what does this mean? Satan's power is God's power. Now, if Satan's power is God's power, who is a God fighting God? There is none. All power is God's. All. That's why we are all powerful. We all have power, but some are more powerful than us. Yes. Think about it. Especially Christianity, Islam, Judaism. God, the enemy of God, is under him. He empowers him. Because if God wanted to finish the devil, he would just take the power away from him. And because he's an angel, he can't die. You see, that's how you think of it. All right.
With the same criticism and judgment that they would use in evaluating any body of evidence or circumstantial record. I want to deal first with two very interesting and unusual centuries. That 200-year period from approximately 100 BC to 100 AD. The more we become interested in comparative religion, the more we realize that this particular period has interest and importance in widely scattered areas of human culture.
Okay, because of sound quality, we will not go on. We'll be doing it when we have a loudspeaker. So for now, we don't have the loudspeaker, so it will not be fair to torture you that way. Uh, watching a video and it's not clear. We want to play it on the loudspeaker. We're not near it right now, so we can do that. So, but he said a very important point, and that's where we're finishing the video. That 100, the century, there are 2 centuries that are very important in the world of spirituality, philosophy, and theology, and also science, metaphysical sciences. That's what we are doing. We are metaphysicists. He has mentioned the century. It's a 100 BC, and I agree with him for one reason. Weird, that was a time when Greek philosophy was becoming very, very complicated and very deep. One of my best philosophers was Pythagoras. Oh my goodness, that was a genius. That was a genius. Complete scientist. Actually, we are indebted to Greece. Those guys rule the world. They were, and they got their knowledge from Egypt. I always will never forget that. Aristotle, all of these guys used to go to Egypt, and one of the saddest events in knowledge is the burning down of the library in Alexandria. The saddest, and it tells you the power of knowledge. Knowledge is so powerful, people will even burn it down. They will burn it. And that's what happened in Alexandria. Of course, we'll find out why it happened that way. So, he's saying the 100-year BC, that was when things really shaped the human culture and about God. They started discussing about God. They started discussing about life. They started discussing about cosmos. So we'll be doing this. This is the video we're going to start with to study Manly P. Hall, and we'll be doing 10 minutes, but because of the sound quality, we will not do that. We won't continue with that video. We've done at this point. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us. And when you get time, listen to Manly P. Hall. He's a great guy.